Hello everyone, and welcome to the new semester where I'm going to teach you reading and writing comprehension. Today is the first lesson on writing, and I'm going to teach you the 7 basic sentence patterns. In English we have 7 basic sentence patterns, okay? The first one is what? SV, which means what? Subject plus verb. Here the verb is supposed to be what? Intransitive verb. See? Intransitive verb. When I say intransitive verb, it means a verb that does not take an object. Intransitive verb. If it takes an object, then it is called what? Transitive. This is the first sentence pattern. Like what? Like John laughed. John laughed. The subject plus the verb. Now, if you take, let's say, a much more example, here we have the bird flies. The cattle are gazing. The boy ran. Okay, so this is the first sentence pattern. If you go to the second, we have SVO, which means subject, verb, and object. Here the verb, the type of the verb that we have is what? Transitive verb, which means a verb that takes an object. SVO. So here we have John kissed Jane, the object. Object is a noun actually. So if you take let's say more examples, okay, here we have what? The man sold his house. Sold is the verb and his house is the object. I bought a present. So a present is an object. My father is buying a new car. My father is buying a car. So whether to have a noun or a noun or phrase, I mean the noun is preceded by an adjective, it makes no difference because an object is a noun, okay? And usually noun can be what? Modified by an adjective. Okay, so this is we call the second sentence pattern, subject, verb, and object. Then we have what? SVC, which is what? Subject, verb, complement. Like what? John is tall. In English, we have different types of complement. In this pattern, let us write subject, verb, complement. In English, complement or complements are of 3 types. Okay, it can be what? Complement. It can be adjectives, number 1, adjectives, or it can be adverbs, okay, or nouns. Okay, I'm gonna give you an example for each case. Here. For adjectives, I have what, for instance, she is beautiful. Okay? So beautiful is what? Is an adjective. Is the verb. Usually for this, let's say, pattern, we use what? Verb to be. But we have other, let's say, types of verbs which function just like verbs to be. So for the second, this is an adjective. For the second, let's say, pattern, we have what? We have an adverb. Adverbs in English are of, let's say, different, let's say, types, but we will focus here on, let's say, adverbs of time, adverbs of, let's say, process or manner, adverbs of, let's say, place. When I say, for instance, they are, let's say, in Baghdad. Okay, they are in Baghdad. So in Baghdad is an adverb of a place. It is 7 sharp. Okay, here it is 7 sharp, 7 a.m., 7 p.m., whatever, sharp. So it is 7 here is what? 7 is a complement. Okay, here we have what? We have adverb of time. If you say, for instance, she is a teacher. She is a teacher. Okay, teacher is what? Teacher is a noun. Okay, so here we have after verb to be. After these verbs, as you can see, is, are, am, was, were, whatever. Okay, we have what? We have a complement. The complement can be what? Can be a noun, an adjective, or an adverbs. We have other verbs that function just like an verb to be, as I told you. For instance, here we have what? We have the verb seem, appear. For instance, she seems happy. Okay, they appeared. Okay, again, they appeared here we have she seems happy. They appeared late, for instance. Okay, whatever. Okay, so here we have seems, or we have another example. She or it smells bad. Okay, etc. So these verbs also function just like what? Just like verb to be. This is the third pattern, which is SVC, subject, verb, and complement. Now we come to the, let's say, fourth sentence pattern, which is what? SVOO. Here we have what? Subject, verb, indirect object, then we have direct object, which means that this verb takes what? Is a transitive verb that takes two objects. Okay, the first object is indirect, and the second one is what? Is direct. Okay, this is the second one is what? Is direct. Okay, here we have John gave Jane a present. John, if I say John gave Jane, okay, gave Jane what? This is an indirect object. Still the sentence is incomplete, I mean semantically speaking, okay, from the meaning point of view. So John gave Jane a present. Jane, okay, or you can say John gave a present to Jane. Okay, so in this pattern you can use prepositional phrase. Okay, so let's take let's say other examples. See, this one we call it SVOO or SVIODO, which means indirect object then direct object. Like what? The teacher taught us what? Grammar. Okay, so we have us and we have a grammar. This is indirect, this is what? Direct. My mother presented my friend, okay, presented my friend a gift, which means gave. Okay, my friend a gift. So here we have two objects, indirect, and then we have direct. My friend sent me a message. Okay, my friend sent me a message. I can say my friend sent a message to me. My mother presented a gift to my friend. See, so if I use a prepositional phrase, the direct object will come before the indirect. Usually the first one is the indirect and the second is the direct. If you want to change by the direct comes before, then you, in this case, you have to use what? Preposition. You say the teacher taught grammar to us. Okay, so this is the fourth pattern, SVOO. Now we have, and usually when I say OO, by the way, OO, I mean double objects, indirect, direct. An object in English is what? Is a noun. Okay. Now, the fifth pattern is John made Jane angry. Okay. SVOC, subject, verb, object, and complement. Okay. Here, like John made Jane angry. How can I differentiate between pattern number 4 and pattern number 5? It is very easy. You can make a small test by just putting here what? Verb to be. If I say verb to be, as you can see, as you know, it can be is, are, am, was, were, whatever. So if you say here Jane is third person singular. If I put is, Jane is angry. Okay, if you put is here, okay, then the sentence also works or possible. For instance, say John is angry. So here angry is what? A compliment, because as I told you, compliment can be what? Can be a noun. If here I have a noun, if I have, for instance, John made Jane a teacher, Jane a teacher. So here we will have what? Jane is a noun and a teacher is a noun. Let's take this example. If I say, for instance, this is SVOC, okay. If I say, for instance, Jane made John, okay, a teacher, okay. So here is a noun, and here we have another noun. How can I differentiate? Because a complement can be noun, can be adjective, can be adverb. If it is an adjective or adverb, it is easy. I mean, it's easier for us to differentiate between pattern number 5 and 4, because here we have an adjective, here we have a noun, two nouns. Okay, but as we said, a complement can be what? Adjectives, adverbs, or what? Or nouns. Okay, so in this case, how can I differentiate between what? between sentence number 4, John gave here Jane a present. Let us say copy this sentence. Okay, here we have what? Here we have two sentences. Okay, here we have two sentences. Each one of them consists of what? Consists of two nouns. Jane, a present. John, a teacher. So how can I differentiate between these two patterns? I can make what? A small test by putting what? Putting here verb to be. If John is what? Is third person singular. So I have to use what? Is. John is a teacher. This sentence is correct in this sentence is correct in English. Of course it's correct because it works. We have what? We have subject, verb, and we have what? Complement. Okay, but if I put here verb to be and say Jane is a present, is Jane can Jane be a present? Okay, of course no, because Jane is animate and a present is inanimate. Okay, so in this case it's by this small test I can differentiate between what? Pattern number 4 and pattern number 5. If we take, let's say, many examples, we will have what? We have the teacher taught us, here we have subject, verb, complement. Here we have the rose is a flower. Okay. This pattern. The parents named the child Angeline. Okay, the child is Angeline. The child is Angeline. So this one is what? CVOC. Here, the committee elected Krishna their leader. Okay, or as their leader. You can say their leader or as their leader. But here we have to say what? The committee elected Krishna the leader. So Krishna is their leader. Okay. In this case, we have what? We have SVOC. He painted the house yellow. Okay, yellow is what? Is an adjective. So complement the house yellow. So I told you if there is an adjective or let's say an adverb, you can differentiate. But if we have two nouns, you might be confused between pattern number 4 and pattern number 5. But as I told you, you can make a small test by putting just verb to be between what? Between the first, let's say, object and the second one, indirect and direct. And here between what? Between the object and the complement. If the sentence is possible or works, then in this case we have what? Subject, verb, OC, sorry. And if it is, let's say, doesn't work, say Jane is a present. Of course Jane is not a present because Jane is a human being. So in this case we have what? Double objects. The first one, as I told you, is what? Indirect object. The second one is direct. Okay, now let's go to, let's say, pattern number 6, which is John, which is SVA, subject, verb, and adverb. Okay, so here we have John set up. In this type of, let's say, sentences, the verbs consist of two parts. We call such types of verbs phrasal verbs. Okay, because the verb consists of two parts. Let's see whether we have other examples here. Subject, verb, and adverb. Okay, here we have let's say Ali or Mahesh. Okay, got up early. Got up early. Okay, so and here we have adjunct. When I say adjunct, is my adverb. Okay, Mary writes beautifully. Okay, here beautifully. So here we have subject, verb, and we have an adverb. So here, how does he write? He writes beautifully. Here, adverb of manner. Okay, how? Okay, the accused man or whatever will be tried next month. Tried will be sentenced. Okay, will be sent to court, which means next month. So here we have what? We have verb plus what? Plus adverb. My father works in Bangalore. Okay, so in Bangalore is an adverbial place. So here we have my father works. Okay, but if you can see, there is a difference between SV. Okay, SV, the first one that we already SVC, the second, I think, pattern, and this one, and the second pattern or third, as I explained. Let me just go back to the types. SVC. This one here we have verb to be. Remember, SVC complement can be not only adverbs, nouns, or adjective, but here only adverb. SVA, only adverb. So we have John set up. Okay. He went downstairs, upstairs, whatever. The final type of sentence pattern is that SVOA, which means subject, verb, object, and what we have an adverb. John put the bag down. John put the bag down. So here we have the subject, verb, then we have object, the noun, and here we have what? An adverb. Let's see whether here we have an example, subject, verb. Oh yes, this one. Here we have what? The school organizes a tour where? To North India. Okay, so here to North India, okay, this is an adverb of place. So here we have what? We have a tour, here an object, a journey. The new principal stated his policy clearly. Stated his policy clearly. His policy is what? Is the object, and clearly is an adverb of manner. Okay, how he stated his policy? He stated his policy clearly. Everyone attends the meeting regularly. So here we have what? Object plus what? Plus adverb, and this adverb can be adverb of place, adverb of time, or adverb of manner, whatever. So by this lecture we have learned how to make simple sentences by following or adapting or using one of these 7 sentence patterns in English. I hope that my explanation is very clear for you, and I want from you is that each student try to make sentences by using these 7 patterns, and try to post these sentences on the stream to be discussed later on. Thank you very much, guys.